Talk about the relentless demonstration. RQ Kira and Fireflux, they meet again. In M5, RQ won 2-1. Now, this is just a best of 2. So if we're following the previous tournament that they've met each other, it should be a 1-1. But Wolf, like you said, that's not the result that you want.
That's well, it doesn't matter what I want when it comes to the results. But what I do expect from this matchup is it should be close. However, when I look back at the Fireflux's performance yesterday, I was really surprised. I mean, I didn't catch it live. I saw it afterwards.
Well, you guys can hear me, right?
Surprised
Let me know if
how
you guys can hear me. Okay?
badly they performed compared to what I expected them to be. So this will be very difficult. Hopefully, Fireflux have woken up, and hopefully that they will outperform themselves from yesterday.
Yeah, it almost feels like a lot of teams are still kind of adapting, or they're just a little rusty if you haven't been playing the Assassin, because Tianzi, it's true, he was playing the Ling yesterday, and it just, he didn't seem to perform like some other Ling players have been performing on the stage. It's definitely something to look at. And it's great to be able to see two non-SEA regions face off. It's not very often you get to see two Western regions kind of, you know, we already know SEA is super strong. It's good to see some power rankings on the rest of the world.
Interestingly, some of the Western teams went to Southeast Asia to train for MSC. I know the Team Spirit went there. I know that Cloud9 also went to Asia. I'm pretty sure that these two teams didn't go to Asia, maybe because you know, it's not that easy because you will go back and forth. But what I'm trying to say here is that we had really I had zero knowledge of what the performance is for RQ Akira as well as Fireflux when it comes to scrims in preparation for this tournament. So we're gonna be going in blind, but we do know that Fireflux, they're not performing as advertised, while RQ Akira outperformed themselves yesterday.
And now we're jumping into the draft. Fireflux is going to be first pick on the blue side. RQ Akira will be the second pick on the red side. And looking at the bans here coming in from Fireflux, they don't want any kind of sustain. And the Edith has chain CC, so looks like they might want to have a brawlish kind of composition coming in from Fireflux. And then RQ Akira, they just got to go with the respect bans.
Should be Loi for the first pick, right? Or maybe somewhere along the lines for Roger. But we've proven yesterday that Lui is just way too strong in the meta game. Not because of the innate ability of the hero, but of how much it activates the other members because of the diversion ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, even after the nerfs, Lui still stands the test of time right now. And with how many other powerhouse picks there are right now, it just shows how strong this Lui is. But a lot of teams haven't given things up. We've seen like Valentina up front, and people kind of are really willing to throw different picks around here and there, but the Lui definitely has to get locked in.
Should be Arlott and Roger. They don't want to give Lui and Arlott altogether for Fireflux. It's such a very strong combination. And Roger, obviously, the strongest marksman that we have right now. If Harith as well as Ling is banned, the stock for Roger increases. But no, this is different. You get the Luis Grok. Third time in a row that he's going to be playing this. And then Takash, second time in a row, going in for this comfort, picking up the Terizla. So RQ Akira are getting everything that they wanted. But again, Arlott, Lui, very strong combo. Having the Roger also means that the sustain, the body of Smith from the Terizla is not that much of a factor because you have that elimination factor. So, but the Baksha is the choice here for Fireflux.
Honestly, I kind of feel like we can talk about this Terizla because we've seen Terizla popping up more and more, and it does look like Terizla is a very safe engage because you're not going to get bursted down because of two items, the Queen's Wings as well as the Winter Crown, making it so that even though you have an engaged roam or something like the Grok, but perhaps the one that is more reliable is actually the Terizla.
I think one big thing with the Terizla and just EXP lane in general seems very tight right now, right? There's the Edith that you can flex around, there's the Arlott you can flex around, but other than that, it's kind of Terizla and Yuzong, and if you don't pick up an EXP lane early, then you're left with not many choices because we're seeing the Yuzong get banned out in second phase, or we're seeing the Terizla get banned out in second phase. So my question is, Wolf, is this Arlott roam right here? And if it's not, what do they have left if the
Well,
Yuzong gets banned out?
and it's the beauty of the Arlet, right? You pick it up in the first phase, then you have both Roam and as well as your EXP kind of filled up because it's so flex that it's good at both both roles. So to answer your question, what else do you have in Roam? Like Minotaur, for example, is one of the heroes that I think about, and Fireflux unfortunately will not have access to that. Another hero is the Tigreal. So if there will be an attack speed based marksman that will be revealed here by RQ, for example, a Claude in their 4th pick, Tigreal now looks really good for Fireflux. If that is not available, then you're left with a Ruby or a Cho. That surprisingly, Cho, I have not seen so much in the first day of the group stages. Would have thought that after the patch, Cho is one of the strongest heroes that we can pick up in the room.
But now we got to look at RQ Akira's first 3 picks. It looks like it's going to be more or less the same draft that they used going up against EVO's Glory, where they had a very good early game, mid game, and they closed it off very, very convincingly. The marksman that they used was the Beatrix, but again, that was kind of a pick that you're forced on. So right now, RQ Kira, they have a solid front line that looks very comfortable for them.
Yeah, both teams kind of sticking to that utility jungle, right? Just kind of solid up front. And Fireflux, we saw them pick the Ling yesterday, but I kind of like that they're going back to this Basha because from what we know of Fireflux, the Turkish delight.
Yeah,
the Ube,
exactly.
the Blacklist-esque strategy. So seeing them on the Ling, I was very worried if they were going to be able to adapt to the meta. But the Basha, we saw it from Liquid Echo. It's still a strong pick. It is a very good utility jungler right now. Maybe even debated to be better than the Fredrin.
I feel like it's
of
the
early
best.
game. Yeah,
I feel like it's best.
Okay.
I think it's good for Fireflux here.
For sure. Fits their profile. You can pick up, especially with the Luyi, you have a lot of horsepower with that Arlet as well as the backshot that you can just keep on fighting, which means that you can settle for somewhere along the rest for Roger, or maybe even Moscow, so that you have a lot more global presence, I would say. Farsa is going to be banned. I really like this ban coming out from Fireflux, so RQ,
Let's
they're
see,
gonna be left
RQ is
with
going like
maybe
more
Aurora,
tanky.
which they really like, or the Vex.
Vexana, yeah.
Vex that they
And
actually
from
prioritize.
Fireflux, I can feel like they're going for
I think
more,
picking it up
team
fourth
fight base.
is not going to be a problem at all.
They picked
because that
Louis
means
for a
that you're
reason
not
because of the ultimate.
revealing your marksman just yet.
But we'll
You're
see, yeah.
being
But they're
more
going for
carry
more
here.
team-based
Wait.
fights
Is
rather than
Roger still
solo.
up?
Roger's still available. Moscow is
Yeah.
also available. One of the rare occurrences. But they pick up the Novaria, which is an answer to
I
the
see
Louis.
Novaria.
Yep.
She's really
which
good for
now,
getting vision, which is
makes it
important.
so that Fireflux can just get another tanky hero for the EXP so that can match up with a
Now the
with
interesting
Dureza.
is what would they
Honestly,
pick from
the
marksman?
lineup, RQ lineup right now.
You know,
is
Roger
really
might be
we
good,
want the turtle because again, having
but
the
seeing they have
Novaris,
like
they have,
Arlot,
the Terizla,
the
Grok,
the
as
great
well
pick
as
might be,
Frederick to actually start things up, and now
Brody or
Moscow gets picked up
Grok.
by Fireflux.
Lolita
Okay, Lolita
is
for
gonna be
them,
there. So
and
Claude
Moscow
is
for okay.
gonna be very bad for RQ. They might be forced to go for the Roger now.
Yeah, Roger or
which is
might
not that
be
bad
Brody.
actually.
Yeah, the Roger's solid, especially up against Lolita. It immediately gives an
And
answer
they
to
won't
that.
pick
Yeah,
Brody.
so
They
the
won't pick
shield is
Brody
essentially
because then
pointless. Yes, you could drop a
Fireflux
meteor
already
here
pick a
and then
Lolita, and
shield
Lolita
a
is
meteor
good
here and
against
there
Brody.
on the Novaria, but it definitely kind of nullifies that whole idea.
Exactly. Well, I guess the next best bet
Okay,
is
Claude. See, told you guys.
okay, well,
They rather
okay.
go Claude
They don't care
or
about no
They
shield.
don't care.
Bro.
They
Yeah.
don't care about no shield.
Well, they have the
Okay,
BMI to get to the
interesting,
backline. Maybe
interesting.
they're comfortable with that, but yeah, I like the Fireflux draft here.
You know, I
But
feel
definitely
like when they're in
there's
this
like
kind
a
of situation,
dominant
they need to use what they
EXP
feel comfortable with. And
against,
with
you
that,
know,
I'm very comfortable
Arlot if
of
he plays
throwing
it right.
over to our casters, Papa Naisu, as well as Baby Mirko. It's your turn.
Thank you guys so much, LaFell, Trex, and Wolf. I don't have nicknames for you guys just yet, but once again, I'm Naisu, or Papa Naisu, and this is Mirko. I don't know if I'm gonna call you Baby Mirko, man.
Yeah, that's more of a LaFell thing, you know.
Yeah.
I call him Baby LaFell, calls me Daddy Miracle, but
Okay.
I'm fine calling you Papa Naisu.
All right, well, let's roll with it, because in just a second, we saw the drafts already from RQ Akira, and of course for
Okay.
Fireflux Esports, and how they're gonna go about this. And once again, what a fantastic look at the stage here as we get ready to load into the land of Dawn for this game number 1 in this best of 2. Very crucial matchups here to round out Group A, as again, by the end of the day, we know where these teams are going to fall into place, the top 2. Now jumping into it, we have
If
to
you ask
see
me,
exactly what they want to do with this lineup. how
for
they
me, I
wanna
think
utilize the picks
Fireflux
that
has
they
better
win with.
draft.
Great inputs again from
But
the
that
analyst
also
stand
RK is
there.
not
Man,
bad either.
RQ Akira, I love what they're doing.
But
have
they
a
do
great
lack
line with
DPS.
this.
Once
I'm
Claude
just
is,
wondering
you
how
know,
they'll be
dead,
able to utilize
I don't think they
backline
have anyone
on
to
we know Gusto
deal
Gusto, man. He
kill
loves this
damage.
quad pick, rolls goes with it. You can
But we'll
also
see.
see some of the emblems they're rolling with. Nothing too crazy just yet, like we've seen in the past.
But yeah, a lot.
But so far,
You
Lane's
know,
already
even
falling into place here.
Fredrin can also
Slowly
do
but surely,
pretty
in this
damage,
matchup,
but
it'll
we'll
come
see
down to
about it.
mid
It's more
control. I
like a
think for the
frontline
most part,
and
in
damage
game
dealer,
number
but
one, we
yeah.
saw that whoever got mid prio, you just have so much to play with in the game. They're actually able to dictate the game. And RQ Akira, hey, game number 2, that was exactly how they were able to pop off, beat Evo's Glory at their own game. But something I do want to talk a little bit about is this gold lane matchup for Gusta Lagusta. Sunshine's going to have a better time here on the Moskov compared to the
Yeah,
Claude.
great
And you
rotation
don't
by
see Gusta
Fredrin.
getting punished by that spear of
Already level
misery.
4.
He's already used the regen too, so he's going to be forced to recall. As we do get a pause here, Naisu, so we do get some time to talk about the drafts again. I heard Wolf and LaFell, was it? They like Fireflux's draft a bit better.
Yeah, they dominate by it, you know, but go be prior. Still that guy. This lineup that they have, so much of Teriz, national tournaments that we've been watching leading into the midseason. I know a lot of Yuzhong. Tarizla had
Previously, yeah, from other picks like the CC as well, say that, and in this game we have Bach. We've been seeing Teriz taking XP,
yeah. Novaria isn't
taking XP.
yeah.
It just
The biggest thing walking RQ Akira can pick up for the
who, and he was like, what?
an iron hook.
Stands in the meta.
Basically, I'd like have the preceding day from where they were like,
Fireflux can actually go for
I was gonna say all the team. How much because of how
spear of the, and it was in the mid lane. They were fighting in the mid lane.
yeah. Well, I don't know, but it looks like we could possibly be jumping back into the game here, and it looks like we are. So, again, jumping into it, it's only under the 4-minute mark. Players got everything situated here and set up with that. So, still, it looks like, too, you know, for both teams, they want to go ahead and just wait for this first objective to come up. Not all these level 4s online just yet. So, as they go ahead and kind of wait for that, this is going to be crucial. Like I said, with this Tarizla pick, you need that penalty zone available, but both junglers will go ahead and start this up for now. RQ gonna hold this up in front. This is what we see Fredrins do all the time, and pair it up with Luis. Not sure.
Up top, Takashi doing some damage. Alien, going in for the Suns and right into the first blood. Now, Praisers Wrath comboing together with a Retribution. Tienzi will be stunned up earlier by Louise, and he'll be able to walk up and flickers out as well. With the power of nature still there, RQ Akira, that's a turtle traded in for first blood.
Yeah, first blood already, and look at this. Fireflux Esports actually want to put the pressure further on into the jungle, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to accomplish much with this. RQ pushing them back out, so with that, RQ Akira gets the first objective. You know, great for them, but at the same time, the scaling here could start to happen for Fireflux Esports if they're not careful in the exchanges. A lot of just back and forth here. Gusta Lagusta trying to keep Sunshine there.
Good damage as well by Louise. There's Pure Destruction. Not connecting. Gusta still able to evade away from it here. As Sunshine goes for the shove in the bottom lane, trying to go for that gold crab that Louise is holding onto. But so far, Gusta Lagusta has been losing out on the trade. Sagandal trying to go for the astral shot. But will not be able to find it now, only just helping Gusta Lagusta to get the gold crab, and he will be able to secure it.
I think it's what you do, man. You know, you just give that best experience to both gold laners if you can here. But Claude, I would say specifically, really needs that time to build up. Got to get those, you know, 3-4 items, the trinity, if you will, for the Claude to really shine in some of these team fights. Because again, with the lineup that Fireflux Esports has, they can actually try to negate a lot of the overloaded damage from a Blazing Duet if they're all positioned correctly. And it's also just a little bit, I guess you have to say, for the entrance from Gusta Lagusta has to be very crucial and on point.
Great echo. Revealing Alien and Rosa. And King walks up just like that, but still very, very slow game here. In the 6 minute, only 1 kill. They're both still looking to go for these trades, and we do take a look. We do have a look here at the in-game equipment, where it's going to be a corrosion scythe rush for the side of Sunshine. It's a bit different for Gusta Lagusta. He wants to go for the warrior boots first, but both teams are already trying to go for the second turtle of this game. King first onto it. Takashi right there. Numenam Lost gonna be charged in by Apex. The flicker as well, but he doesn't find it. Good stun over, but King is still able to get the retribution down. Now with a wild charge, stunning 2 members by Louise. That's only a final slash onto King, and Tienzi is caught all alone. Takashi will decide to back away, and RQ Akira, super disciplined, takes the dub and walks off.
Very disciplined. Alien, I don't think he's going to really accomplish much. You know, he did get that early kill, but right now for RQ Akira, holding on to those 2 turtles, get the objective, and like you said, discipline route. They know they don't have to fight. They don't need to get these kills right now because, again, when you're talking about power spikes for RQ Akira, they needed time for Gusa Lagusa to play off. And even Saigon, oh, mid lane,
Wow.
Rosa.
Appraiser's Wrath, just a big bonk onto Rosa in the mid lane. Will be their first kill of the game, RQ Akira.
All right, now they're on the board, right? They got the objectives, they got a kill. Look at the damage already coming out from Saigon, 1 shot. Able to take almost half the HP away here. So this could also just be in a way, hold on, get the flicker out.
Good maneuvers as well. The penalty zone used up, and it was delayed quite a bit there by the Shield Unity clash. Or
DPZ.
crash, rather. TNZ not able to really find the value there. Meanwhile, King in the bottom lane wants to go for a little bit of pressure down onto Sunshine. They will be able to do that just with the Astral Echo. And man, RQ Akira, they might be caught by the flanks here. Diversion plays in the back lane, and now it's going to be Gusto who's going to be caught even with the Purify. Apex 47 gets rid of him with the help of Rosa and TNZ. King won't be able to prolong this team fight. Alien has rotated from the XP lane, and it seems for both teams they will disengage once again. RQ Akira trying to defend in the bottom lane with a wave already shoving back to them. 4 members of Fireflux still here in the bottom side of the map, but King wants to walk with the Sunshine, goes in for the Retribution. Astral Sphere connects as well. TMZ trying to go for the backup as well. The Purify there will not work for him. It's a Fireflux still here in the bottom side of the map, but King wants to walk with the Sunshine, goes in for the Retribution. Astral Sphere connects as well. TMZ trying to go for the backup as well. The Purify there will not work for him. It's a wild charge straight to the back to find Sunshine. And it's now a yin-yang reaction to be used up. King gonna go on for the stacks of Appraiser's Wrath. Apex 47 able to displace himself. Takashi with a penalty zone. Locks them in the back line, and Takashi will be able to get that 1 kill on the board. Apex forced to run away up top. Vengeance forcing a blazing duet now. Alien seems like he's comfortable still going for that trade.
Man, Takashi just taking a journey down to the bottom lane, and now they're going to take the journey up here to the top as the 3rd turtle of this game is up. They could possibly just go ahead and go 3 for 3 with the objectives. They're going to be forced back. TNZ stopped.
Full neutral objective control for RQ Akira. And just like we saw in turtle number 1, turtle number 2, they're utilizing the turtles, taking it slow, and then going back. Alien still has a little bit of spice and gets barrier down. Louise trying to go for an angle of attack here. The Vengeance will be able to be used up, but the taunt catches him, and Alien still is able to get out, gets that Vengeance, a cheeky little one onto the green camp, and RQ Akira push the pace now up top, trying to go for the turrets. 3 turtles, 1 big turret for RQ Akira in the first 9 minutes.
Yep, you can already see that second item picked up here now for Gusta Lagusta. Has the DHS alongside the Golden Staff. Working on the next one. Meanwhile, Sunshine's still working, but look at this.
Louise gets a 2-man wild charge straight into the blazing duet, but the final slash catches them all. Rosa, yin-yang reaction still in the back line, dealing so much damage as Sunshine joins in the fray. Takashi gonna be flanked by Sunshine. It'll only give Rosa some more time to go for a creative angle. Diversion into the back. King gets spotted out, brought back again by the yin-yang reaction into the spears of Sunshine.
What a diversion. This is what we were talking about in the draft. As we take a look at the replay here, look at this initiation. RQ Akira wanted to fight here and talk about a Spear of Destruction from Sunshine, also to join the fight. And watch as that diversion is going to be used. We don't get a look at it, but it was cut. It cut off the retreat from RQ Akira. Again, Fireflux Esports really utilizing this lineup that they have. And so this, I feel like, you know, they were kind of falling behind a little bit from RQ Akira, getting the lead, especially the objectives. But now they've been checked. They don't want to actually continue to make a wrong move like that. You know, they initiated again with a wild charge that they had available to them. And so with that, RQ Akira finds themselves kind of resetting a little bit. Again, this is a Lord that's coming up in less than 10 seconds. Fireflux Esports is in a position now because of that last exchange, that last fight. They're good to fight this off if they want to. And it looks like if they want to get a kill early on before they even commit to this first Lord fight, they could surely do that. They're waiting. Also, Alien is almost going to have that flicker available just a couple seconds. We've seen it time and time before. The Arlot can start and win a fight just with initiation. But Lord's already going to be started up by King. And you can see that half health. This is what we see all the time with these Fredrin picks, but Fireflux Esports will get in position here, keep an eye on as well where the Spear Destruction ends up landing.
Poison's right into the Appraiser's Wrath. The final slash unable to displace him in time as Takashi will be isolated in the back line as Apex 47. His Numenon Blast will be cancelled out by that barrier on Louise. It'll be a trade once again, Takashi for the Lord. Diversion into the back, just sending Tienzi for that flank. Gusta Lagusa trying to go for the clear right now, and you can see there the bounce of the Guardian's Bulwark, sending the Astrosphere back towards RQ Akira, but still, for Fireflux, they'll be able to get a trade down in the bottom lane as well. Louise
Sunshine
with the conceal now. It's going to be the Abyss Walker by Sunshine. A Spirit of Misery onto King, dealing a whole lot of damage on this Moscow pick. Apex 47 now coming in with a backup, and Sunshine should be able to find the space now to go for the clear on the First Lord.
Alien win for that final slash. Not going to happen, so they're going to clear out that Lord there. But you could see that damage already coming out from Sunshine. Did just pick up the DHS, I believe it was, as well, to kind of round up his 3 core items that he needed. Let's take a look. Okay, Corrosion Scythe, he's got the DHS and the Golden Staff now. Pretty much even. So, you know, at that point, as they clear these minions out, they're going to deal with the Lord. Really, RQ Akira didn't get that much from this Lord pick. So for that, Fireflux Esports doing a great job at kind of keeping things under control. Even defensively, the items are already fallen into place, and that's going to be crucial for Tienzi to be some of that front line for this next fight that does break out in about a minute and a half here. So we'll see. Again, both teams holding on to the Tier 1 mid lane turrets are going to help them out a little bit as well. But you can see the damage being dealt across the board here. Just massive damage coming out from Rosa. Able to provide a lot of support. Oh, Luis.
Still able, with the power of nature. Not there just yet. The wild charge will be used defensively by Louise. Fireflux try to go for that pickoff. And now the Astral Echo does connect onto Rosa. And here it's actually the best possible target you could go for with that Astral Echo, at least at this point, because it does spot out of diversions. Sagan able to react to it in time. Takashi with the penalty zone locks 2 members down. Apex 47 still in that bush. The Astral Field doing a whole lot of damage as Alien is forced to flicker back out. The Poissons as well from Tienzi. No wild charge from Louise. He already used it up earlier, so RQ Akira cannot force the issue on Fireflux.
Man, it's too bad. I mean, both gold laners just were not there for that fight. Surely someone would have went down, even if that Spirit Destruction ended up landing and then the follow-up came through from Sunshine. But with that, ultimately what it's going to result to is just reset across the board. They prep up for this Lord 30 seconds away. Big items being picked up as well. Now the Wind of Nature available for Sunshine. Can play a little more defensively. Also for Gusta Lugusta, he's going to lock that in very soon too. Divine Glaive also picked up. Now available for Rosa. We were already talking about the damage that Rosa is doing on this Louis pick. It's insanity. And now with the Divine Glaive, it's going to hurt even more. So RQ Akira, they kind of have to be conscious of that, right? Because diversion play and then the whole interaction, I forgot what Wolf called it, the double vacuum.
Vacuum? Yeah.
Double vacuum, that yin and yang effect. Also on the other side, you can see RQ Akira. They've got the immortality locked in now, a glowing wand for Saigon. They're going to just fight.
They're able to bait out now. The wild charge from Louise. Spirit of Destruction does connect to the backline. Sunshine takes it. Sagan forced back instantly. The not last able to connect onto King, but it's just King now. It's a penalty zone. Locks 4 members down. So Gusta Lagusta doing for some more damage, but the Guardian's Bulwark turns all of the damage back towards them right as Rosa is still there to dish out the free damage with the yin yang reaction. The dispersions and the rotations a bit too much for RQ Akira to handle.
We have not mentioned Apex 47's name too much just yet, but man, that was a Numenon Blast setup with the flicker. We're going to take a look at the replay here. Great response. This is already after it happened. But again, we talked about these small corners. The Luoyi, she's such a threat because of that double vacuum effect that keeps them in, that yin-yang effect that pulls them in. And it's so hard for RQ Akira to play against that when they're in these tight areas. So as they kind of try to retreat, it's, you know, they're almost trying to retreat to their death. So at this point, Fireflux Esports now has the Lord on their side. This one definitely will be working it down on that bottom side, trying to get that tier 2 down. RQ Akira, on the other hand, things are falling into place, but it looks like every single time, item-wise, even with their nearly identical items, I mean, itemization is nothing too drastic of a gold lead for either team. They're having a hard time fighting. And if you look at just the lineup here, that's probably the big case of it. Gusta Lagusta has not had an opportunity yet to really use this Claude for an entry point with the Blazing Duet. And Fireflux Esports, on the other hand, even if Sunshine isn't there, they have good fighting potential because, like we talked about with Rosa, and now we get some Malefic Roar online. Diversion.
The final slash too, but they're unable to find it. Wild charge by Louise, straight onto Rosa, caught in the Appraiser's Wrath too, as Takashi swings the hammer down. Sunshine now joining the fight with the Spear of Destruction, as Alien deals with Takashi in the backline, but King gets a 3-man taunt straight into the barrier. Apex 47 gonna be trapped and isolated, but still has the Bulwark that's dishing the damage back towards RRQ Akira. Now the Spear connecting onto Apex 47. Sunshine with the Spear of Misery catches them right in the wall, but is unable to finish them off. Great kite back from Fireflux Esports, but it's also a pretty good shutdown by RRQ.
Yeah, oh my god, both these teams, the team fighting that they have, man, it's absolutely insane. We're going to take a look at the replay again. Great diversion. They collapsed down, but this time, RRQ Akira, with the help of just being in their base on this side, able to just kind of go for the fight and come out on top, but they couldn't get the kills that they were looking for exactly, and Sunshine luckily was there to help them out as well for Fireflux Esports. So what it's resulted into is just that tier 2 turret also in that bottom lane. Both teams, you know, holding on to nearly the same amount of pressure when it comes to these itemizations, but the lineup, like I said, with Fireflux Esports, so far Sunshine has been really hard to get to. And you can see the damage he's even doing to Luis, man. Once he picked out the Malefic Roar, he's already a huge threat even to Luis, even to Takashi when they try to initiate with this. I mean, look at the damage taken. You know, and TNZ, like we said, he was getting, he was playing real up front, mid lane.
Takashi, chain CC, penalties on the counts under them now blast, but it still goes through and it catches the right to the final slash. Sunshine with a Spear of Destruction to the backline, now wreaking havoc onto RRQ Akira. 2 members taken down, and the Lord enhanced this time. Will be spawning in the game. TNZ will be able to go in with the shield unity, zoning the backline away from the minion waves. That's gonna be crashing down. The final slash of his place. King right now is that's gonna be Rosa with the yin yang reaction, taking Gusta Lagusta out of the fray, out of the play, and out of the land of Dawn. As King tries desperately to go for the 3-man taunt, he does, but he'll pay for it with his life.
That's it.
Sunshine and the Mistwalker to the front again to crack that base open, and it's game 1 over to Fireflux.
And Fireflux Esports will take it game number 1 in this best of 2 against RRQ Akira. They've met time and time before, and this time they start on the right foot to hope to get to the top of the standings here for, of course, Group A. They're still fighting on. And man, it looks like, again, just
the double vacuum. Like, Fireflux had a tough game, but once Rosa got a good catch, it's all over. Fireflux took over.
Luis just too strong. We can see this was the first team fight that really turned things around. They were able to invite RRQ into their own box that were that I always.
But that was a great game. Fireflux draft was really good. I told you that no warrior pick was not that great from RRQ. But either way, I think both teams did well. So yeah, GG. Sponsor or always sponsoring ROG.